Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is another edition of my 2 cents involving this time the Atlanta Falcons. Again, if you watched my last video in regards to Arsenal, my apologies for these uploads coming up late in the week. I was in the US and whilst this game was being played, I was actually going to my connecting flight to come back home. I was in Phoenix waiting for the game, but the game was on TV when I was at the gate, so I was able to watch the game. So I couldn't actually do um, my upload of this game um, straight away like I normally do. I could have. I was gonna see if I could do it on the plane, but it wouldn't have really been possible because it was quite late and everyone was sleeping on the plane, so I didn't want to disturb anybody. That's me. But anyway, like I said, um, my 2 cents was about Arsenal. This one is now about my other team, which I love, which is the Atlanta Falcons. Can't remember the guy's name, but I went to the New Mexico State Fair, and there's a guy who was doing customized license plates, and I asked him if he could do one with the Falcons logo, but with the Union Jack flag on it, because all of them were American flags in the team's colours. So I asked him if he could do one for me in Union Jack, and this is what he done for me, which I really really like. So it's just similar to my flag, but it's bit, just obviously the license plate number. I was going to ask him if he could possibly change the blue into black, but you know what? I actually like how it is. So I can't remember his name, but yeah, I'll tag in the license plate thing if I can. If you ever do watch this, mate, thank you very much for this. I really do appreciate it. It was really really nice to have one different. So I really do like this. But yeah, going to the game, like I said, I was watching the game just before, as I was boarding for my connected flight to Phoenix back home. Um, what can I say? It was what I watched in regards to defensively. That was one of the best defensive displays I've seen from the Falcons team in recent years. 6 sacks. There was 3 turnovers. The kicking game was brilliant. We gave um, Ku a rest. Ku didn't even travel with the team for this one, and it was really really nice to see the field goals going in and they were there to do. Romo, excellent job. 5 field goals, 5 for 5 years, perfect on the night. Um, the figures here. I've got the numbers here. Like I said, it was a very very good defensive display, but I'm going to give everyone their props in regards to this. Michael Penix again. Michael, you're didn't have to throw the ball too much. 13 catches for 135 yards. No touchdowns. He did get sacked 3 times, but he still, Penix can throw them darts. He's really really accurate with what he does, and I think with every game that goes forward from here, I don't think he's going to get better. So I think we've got. I think the Falcons have got a quarterback now who, for the next few years, can cause teams little problems. So let's watch this space with Michael Penix. Excellent job there. On the ground, Bijan got 22 attempts for 143 yards. He didn't get a touchdown in this one, but he himself was very, very aggressive in the game. The same thing with Tyler Algier. He got a touchdown in the game. Um, he was bullying. I mean, I've seen it. I think there was a series where he went down prior to the touchdown where he was really, really bullying them linebackers. Minnesota just didn't have an answer for him. Um, so that was really really good to see. Like I said, there was only one touchdown in the game, and that was by RJ on the ground. But receiving wise, they done what they had to do, but they didn't have too much to do at the same time. Drake London 3 for 49 yards. Carpet caught for 37. Bijan caught 3 for 25. Darnell caught 2 catches for 20 yards. And RJ caught 1 for 4 yards. Um, you know, there was two. Xavier Watson Bowman, 2 interceptions themselves. Like I said, there was three turnovers in this game, and there were 6 sacks. So Atlanta done very very well in this game. It was a good response, especially after the game against Tampa Bay. where I feel we was very, very unlucky in regards to how we played. I think it was very, very rusty in that game. It could, everyone's going about Koo missing the field goal to go take it overtime, but there were other aspects in the game as well where we didn't play very well. Our offensive line, our defensive line, they could have played a lot better in that game, but they played a lot better in this game against Minnesota. And to go to the Vikings and play like that is not easy, especially when you go up there with that crowd as well, because it got very, very loud. I think Atlanta had a couple of penalties in the first drive, and they had to use a penalty timeout. Sorry, also, excuse me, in their first drive as well. So to go out there and go and dominate like that was very, very good. Very, very happy with the result. It's very, very good to see a Falcons team do that. So very, very well done. Very happy with the team as well. You know, we just have to. The one thing which I've always gone about with you guys with the Falcons is that they're consistently inconsistent. So they played well in this game. The one thing I don't want them to do is go into the next game and start playing lax. And it's a divisional game as well against the Carolina Panthers up in Carolina. So again, won't be easy, but at the same time, it is a game which most people would expect us to win, considering how Carolina are. We played them last season. We beat them at theirs and then they came to us in the last game of the season where we just didn't bother, and we just gave them the win. If we play how we played against Minnesota, I believe I predict that we'll win the game. I predict that we'll win. We just got to be consistent with it, with the team and how they are. Just keep going, go under the radar, because certain teams haven't performed so far this season. But we can't look at all these other teams. We have to concentrate on ourselves and doing well in the division ultimately as well. Get to the playoffs and see what we can go from there. This is a team which I believe can get to the playoffs, and then after the playoffs, after that, anything's possible. So, but then let's just be consistent, please. Like I said, our next game is against the Carolina Panthers. So do watch this space. I will be doing my 2 cents after that game as well. With that one, so regardless of whether it's a win or a draw, win or a loss, so we'll see how it goes. But like I said, apologies for the late edition of this one. Like I said, I was abroad, I was away, ironically in the States. But yeah, keep a lookout for me on the weekend, and keep a lookout for my results as well. If you haven't seen them already, I've uploaded those as well. But guys, that's me. That's Dino for another edition of my 2 cents on the Atlanta Falcons. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, which is Dino, Away Days. I also do have a TikTok page, which is Away Days Sports. Days is spelled D-A-Z-E. So if you are new to TikTok and not following my TikTok, do give me a follow as well. I look forward to seeing you guys. I do talk about all teams in the NFL and in football as well. So whatever things you want me to talk about, let me know. Send me a message, and I'll bring up in one of my uploads, and we can talk from there. But this is me. This is Dino. This was the Atlanta Falcons, 22 points to 6 against the Minnesota Vikings in week 2. I'll see you guys in the next one after the Carolina game on Sunday. Take it easy, guys. God bless.